because टाइम कम है तो सिर्फ 3 क्वेश्चंस के लिए ही परमिशन है. काइंडली अपने क्वेश्चंस पैनल के सभी सदस्यों से पूछ सकते हैं.
Actually, ma'am, I don't have a question. I have a suggestion on behalf of the West Bengal government. If it's possible for the Jharkhand government and also since I'm representing the Social Welfare Department to sit together and to draft the MOU, because we have already done with Maharashtra, and if I think Shakti Bhani can also help us, because it's also a problem for us that girls from my state is also being continuously rescued from Delhi. So if we can have a set of common things, I think it will be a good MOU between the two governments. It will be a separate MOU if we can actually deliberate on it.
Jay, I couldn't get you. Can you please come here and explain, because few words were not audible at all.
I think I'll reiterate the question for you. So, sorry. It's okay, no problem. The government of West Bengal has already signed an MOU with
Maharashtra. Already with Maharashtra.
And so why isn't like Jharkhand do the same thing? Or how can they do that MOU?
Actually, what I said.
If you can stand up while you speak, you don't need to come up here.
It's okay. I just wanted to say that we can sit together, the Jharkhand members of the Jharkhand government and my government. We can sit together and draft a common MOU so that it covers all the points which serves both the states, and then have it with the government of Delhi.
Okay, I think that's a very good idea. And basically signing an MOU and then sharing of experiences and sharing of ideas is a must. So that can be done, and I think you have to take it up with the government, with the exact agencies. Police. Being I belong to the police, I can't speak on behalf of the government here. So maybe you can contact the Social Welfare Department and the Women and Child Welfare Department. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Rosmila from Nepal. I just wanted to know, it seems like you are doing lots of coordinated activities in Jharkhand. And I would like to know the impact. What has been the impact? Have you, are there results that shows that the number of trafficking has decreased? Have you kept those records? It seems that you have already database. So I would like to know how are you doing in terms of number? One thing is that. Another thing is you have mentioned lots about girls trafficking, women trafficking, but how about trafficking of boys? How about trafficking of trafficking or prostitution of boys? Is there any issues like that? Because in Nepal also we talk lots about girls trafficking, but when we really did the research, we really found that the boys prostitution was happening in Nepal. So one thing is that, and another thing is my colleague was also talking about child sex tourism. So is there are children from Jharkhand are transported for the child sex tourism to other parts of India, because India is also popular for child sex tourism. So those are some of the issues I wanted to raise. Sorry.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think those were several questions within one question. I think there is one more question here, and before the panel answers those questions, we'll take 2 more questions, and then after those 2 questions are done, those were it. But I ask again, one question. Don't have many questions within the question, please. Thank you.
One question. You mentioned the centralized database for streamlined information sharing. What measures are being taken to ensure that is secure and that it's not, that the information doesn't fall into the wrong hands?
My question is to the UA team. What has been your learning when you have implemented the program in Jharkhand? Okay? When, because this is a team of 11 or maybe 15 or 20 girls. Okay? But the scale of trafficking is very vast. Okay? It affects villages, it affects blocks, it affects districts, it affects the state. So how, from this small intervention of yours, okay, what are the learnings that you have which can be replicated in a larger scale?
So, within those three questions, to make sure you understand, I think the question for the person from Nepal was asking, what about boys being trafficked? What about those who are being subject to prostitution, etc.? I think Megan's question here was talking about, you've discussed about monitoring and keeping statistics of the monitoring of these issues. How do you ensure that these statistics are secure? And finally, what the plan for driving? So I think those are the general questions that any of the speakers, the panelists want to answer that.
My answer would be to her question first. I think if I have got you correctly, is that you want to know about the results of this joint collaboration. One is for sure the increased amount of awareness amongst the various stakeholders, among the common masses also. So that is one, and then increased level of sensitivity amongst the police personnel, the police force. It was initially it wasn't considered as one of the important functions of police, but nowadays police officers are actually taking it very seriously. They are conducting operations, rescue operations also, and actively participating in the rehabilitation process also. Now they know about the process, the legal process, the formalities which are to be completed. And secondly, I think it's just because of the increased awareness that this conclave is being held here in this state. So all of us, all government functionaries, all government agencies, non-government agencies, we all know that it's a challenge to us and it's a big problem. So this is one of the outcomes, increased level of sensitivity and awareness. And as far as trafficking of boys is concerned, it's again a serious issue. I mean, trafficking of boys, girls, and majors also, I mean adults also. And out of the children which have been rescued in the state, 1/3 are boys only. So that is also one of the focus areas as far as police is concerned. And what was your third question? Sorry, I just forgot. About the safety of the data or the security data, it is shared, as a need to know basis. It's not available in the public domain. So this is what we are doing, as on date. And I think the third question was to you.
Your question is excellent. It's something that I think about every day and that bothers me every day. Is we're very small. And we have 150 girls in our program, and we've got about 15 or 20 boys. In a country with the in a state jargon with the population of Canada. We're very small. But unfortunately, we've decided to stay small because we wanted to keep the impact high. And because the girls themselves participate a lot in the planning of the activities. So they've let our staff know what programs will really help them to make a change in their life. So because we're very close to them, we live in the villages where we work. We don't have somebody in Germany or US, banding down and telling us we need to work with 1,000 or 1 million kids. So we made that hard decision to stay small for a period of 5 or 6 years until we have enough girls and boys as well who come through our program and can become those mentors and those leaders who can make changes in their communities and changes in their country. I think it's not the only model, but that's our model. What we do isn't so special, it's not so hard to do. You just need to do it. We educate girls. We've got staff waking up at 4:30 in the morning to teach 5 a.m. classes. And we've just got good people doing something good, and I think that anybody can do what we do. They just have to do it. So we're happy to share whatever we know with anybody.
believe that was the last question for the evening. I know many of you have your hands raised, but I'm going to stick to my rule, or my statement that we're going to only have 3 last questions. If you want to continue the conversation, of course, after the session's over, you can ask questions, you can discuss with each other if there's any points you want to raise. But one thing I want to do is I want to give all of you a big round of applause for staying till 5:40 today. I know some of our speakers are long-winded, and I know being an audience doing a long discussion, it can happen. Although these are very important issues, it's a lot to process. But I thank you for staying here till 5:40. Tonight there will be a dinner from 7:30 to 9 o'clock on the poolside conference venue here at the hotel. The poolside club lounge. That'll be tonight at 7:30 here at the Radisson. And of course tomorrow we do ask that you get here by 10 a.m. Before 10 a.m. I'll just say 9:30. I know if I say 10 a.m. you'll arrive at 10:30. So get here by 9:30 tomorrow morning. I know it's a Saturday morning, but we'll have a few sessions tomorrow to wrap up this conclave. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed today's sessions, and I wish you all a good evening. Thank you very much.